Namaste, shalom everyone. Hope you guys are having a great day. This is Archangel McIntosh, aka Mikael Israel. Today's video, I'm gonna share abundance of information with you guys that I have decoded and received from reading the holy books. And as a enlightened being and as an open mind man, I have learned a lot of stuff from this. So I find it very interesting and valuable to share with you guys. This is my contribution to the whole. We're going to discuss what the Sabbath is and why it's very important for us to celebrate that day, the only holy day, and a couple of other days like the Day of Atonement, the Feast of Trumpets, and all that stuff. But I'm also going to teach you guys regular time, so I'm going to be showing you certain pictures that will help you know what time everything happens at and what time you're in right now based on the sun, the moon, and the stars. So this might be like a 4-part video, who knows, but it's going to be very, very juicy, and you're going to learn a lot from this. You're going to learn real time. You're going to learn the rituals that we done on those days, the Sabbaths, why it's important, how to connect with the Most High, Almighty, Pure White Light Spirit, because that's what we're doing right now. We're also going to discuss the type of sacrifices they did with like goats and lambs to make covenants and contracts with the Most High, and just a bunch of stuff. And this is all from the holy books, King James Version. So let's go ahead and begin. I wanted to read a few things to you guys first before we did begin. All right. So in Revelations 21, section 6, and he said unto me, it is done. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. So if you want to drink out of the fountain of spirit and pure white light, it is there at your command. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of love, joy, peace, spirit. Because spirit, joy, love is Alpha and Omega. It's the beginning and the end. So this is the Creator telling us this. Is making his presence known through all these chapters. Let's continue. And unto the Revelation 2, section 8. And unto the angel of the church in Samarna write, these things saith the first and the last, which was dead and is alive. Halal Yeshaya. Yeshua is alive again. Christ is alive again. Revelation 22, section 16. I, Yeshua, have sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am Ahiah, the root and the offspring of David, and the bright and morning star. So the Creator is bright like the morning star, as you can tell. So I am his light. And is testifying, which means under penalties of perjury. Revelation 22, section 13. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. So it's saying it again. Once again, Revelation 1, section 8. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, saith Ahiah, Shur, Ahiah, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty. Matthew 24, section 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man, Christ Yeshua, the Messiah Yeshua, in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man, Yeshua, coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. All right, let me see. All right. We'll get to that. Let me see. All right. We're going to start it off like this. I'm going to go to my little favorite website real quick. Hold on one second. I'm gonna do it according to my Bible, but I'm gonna show you guys what I'm reading. So Genesis 1. I'm gonna just touch up on this. I'm not gonna be on this long. I just want to show you guys something about the time, how everything started. Genesis 1. Let me not read it in the International Version, King James Version. Genesis 1, the King James Version. The beginning. In the beginning, Ahia, I am, pure white light spirit, pure white light spirit, created the heaven and the earth. Therefore, it's not just heaven and it's not just hell. It's both. It created it both. Earth is hell and heaven is when we go back home. And there's a second hell after if we don't go back home, because there's a second heaven also when you die. There's a heaven on earth and there's a heaven when you die. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. So darkness was everywhere. It was nothing but pure raw void and darkness. And the spirit of Ahia, the pure white light, moved upon the face of the waters. The first day was light. The first day of the week. Now we're learning the days of the week because the days of the week is according to the sun, stars, and the moon. It's not according to the calendar that man made, because that calendar was made by the Roman Knight Templars in the Roman Empire back then to discredit Christ Yeshua, but they come from England. So England been in a long war with us. We call them Babylon. Babylon the first. America is Babylon the second because England had people that migrated from England to America when they killed off the Indians, which were part of the tribe of God, and I believe Reuben as well, if I'm right. But I know they came here and killed the tribe of God, which is from the 12th tribe of Israel. You see what I'm saying? And they took over everything. But the calendar that they gave you guys is completely man-made, man-based. It's switch time, artificial time, and there's actually a line in the Bible where it says that he will do that. He would do that, and it was gonna happen, and it happened. And so now the only way to connect to true time and real time is by connecting with the sun, stars, and the moon. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna show you in the steps you need to see it in order for you to finally see real time. This has changed my life. So there was darkness in the beginning. So you gotta accept darkness, although you are light. The first day, light. And Ahiah said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And Ahiah saw the light, that it was good. And Spirit divided the light from the darkness. And Spirit called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So there we go. This is the first day was when the Creator created darkness. Created day and created night on the first day. Because the Creator said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And the pure white light spirit saw that the light was good. It liked it. It really liked it. It made him feel good. It was good. This is good. And Ahiah divided the light from the darkness, which means the one that wasn't good. You see what I'm saying? So, and Ahiah called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So what comes up in the morning when there's light? The sun. What comes up at night? The moon. But the sun and moon wasn't created yet. There was day though still. The first day. Light and darkness. Day and night. So there was day and night with no moon or sun. The second day, firmament. And Ahiah said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters," which means let there be a sky above the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. Divide the waters from the waters. So make the sky divided from the bottom water. Why you think the sky is blue? Because the ocean used to be blue. It was supposed to be blue. It once was blue. It's supposed to be blue. So the sky was blue too because it was an ocean. So the whole sky is full of ocean water, but spiritual ocean water in the heavens, in the sky, in the firmament. This is where we get rain. So when Ahiah said, "Let there be a firmament, a sky, in the midst of the waters," which means it's in the midst of the waters, it's touching each other in a way, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So therefore, underneath the water, it goes as deep as the sky too. Really, really deep. There's the upper sky and the lower sky. Imagine where you can go with a rocket ship heading down Earth. You know what I'm saying? Down to the ocean, unless you probably hit a freaking rock all the way down there and boof. You know, but they got submarines they can send down there to go into each little crest and crutch, and they know what's under there. There's some stuff under that water, man. And this is the second day, by the way. So in the higher made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament, under the sky, from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And the higher called the firmament heaven, the sky. The heaven is the sky. And the evening and the morning were the second day. So the second day we had morning and evening, which will be day and half a day. Because evening means even. Even. What's in the middle of everything? 12. So that was the second day. We had morning and evening. The first day, we didn't have morning and evening. We just had day and night. Which I don't know how that can be yet, but the Creator does things. The third day, dry ground. And the highest said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together under one place. And let the dry land appear. And it was so. So on the second day, there was only sky and water. A big mass of water everywhere. No land, nothing. So on the third day, the 3000th year, because days mean years to them and stuff like that. Or years mean days. They tell us a day, but a day's a year. So and the higher said, let the waters under, a day is 1,000 years. Pardon me, 1,000 years. A day is 1,000 years. So this is the 3000th year. Day. And the highest said, let the waters under the heaven, the ocean, be gathered together under one place. And let the dry land appear. And it was so. So now the water, now we have a sky, a land full of water, a big container full of water. Now all of a sudden the water's going to one section perfectly, and now there's land that's there perfectly. But then there's no fruits and vegetables and nothing yet, just land, just dirt. And Ahia called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. So the Creator called the land earth. He called the earth a land, the dry land, earth. And the gathering together of the waters he called the sea. So the ocean is the seas. And Ahia saw that it was good. So all this was good. It was great. And Ahia said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. So now we have plants growing on the ground now, on the land. You see trees growing, fruit trees, banana trees, apple trees, mango trees, kiwi trees. You got all these vegetables growing out of the ground. You know what I'm saying? You got watermelon, you got beans, you have spices, all this stuff. We didn't need any man-made artificial stuff. We're corrupted today. I'm proving these things. But I'm with you. So, and everything has its own seed. So what you plant is what you'll get. So there's different kinds of seeds. We used to know the difference. And the earth brought forth grass and herb, yielding seed after his kind. And there wasn't any man-made seeds yet. Now we have GMO seeds, which means it's genetically modified. It's a genetically modified organism. You see, they change it up, can turn the corn into pesticide where it can kill bugs off of it, but then still, live and be strong. But then when you eat it, you're eating that pesticide and that corn. You see, it's just ridiculous, the stuff they're growing now, artificially by man's hands and intellect. So, and the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself, after his kind, because the seeds of the fruit, they're inside of it when you eat it, after his kind. And Ahiah saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. So the second day, oh, pardon me. So there was morning and evening the first day as well. And there was night actually. So now we're going on into the fourth day now. Now that we have seeds and we have ocean water, packed on the side. There's no fishes in the sea yet. Wait, let me see. Okay, yeah, there's no fishes in the sea yet on the third day, but there's food all on the ground, on the land. So the fourth day, the sun, moon, and stars. And Ahiah said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night. So there was day and night those 3 days, but somehow they weren't divided. So I don't know how would that look, but there was light and dark all at the same time, night and day. And let them be for signs. Oh, okay, I see what it is. Because remember, there weren't a sun and a moon yet. So the way he did, okay, so they probably was day and night, but there weren't a sun and a moon to divide them. They just were just day and night with no moon or star, with no moon, star, or sun. Now on the fourth day, we're about to have a moon, a sun, a star. So the plants were growing without the sun. That's crazy. So it must be the earth that feed them then, because if they weren't sun yet, and on the third, on by the third day, then that means the plants were growing without the sun. There's something else keeping it alive, like probably this world we live in. It's an incubator. So Ahiah said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and years. So let them be for signs. Signs, guys. That's a sign right there. Boom. For a sign, and for seasons. So we're using the sun, the moon, the star, day and night to figure out the seasons, the signs. And for days, because we need to know when it's day and when it's night. Something to prove what is day and what is night. And years. And so the stars are supposed to help us out figure out the years, if not the sun. Because the sun is a star too, by the way. So let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from night. What is day? When the sun rises. When is night? When the moon start to rise. You see what I'm saying? So now we can tell who's in charge of the night now. So when they say day, it mean that sunrise. And when they say night, they literally mean when the moon's going up. Once the moon start going up. Not when it's all the way up in the sky, but once you start to see it. And let them be for signs, and for seasons, and for days, and years. Now this is how we're going to calculate our Sabbaths. This is how we're going to calculate our holy days. You see? So let me continue on so you can see how I'm going to piece this together. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. So let them be as light in the sky. So there's three forms of light in the sky. The light of the stars, the light of the moon, and the light of the sun. Now the moon is truly the months. It's the moons, months. That's where they get months from. They got it from the whole point of the moon. You see what I'm saying? Because when the moon goes through its phase from full moon to half moon to new moon to half moon again to full moon, that is days of Sabbaths. You see? The fourth day, these are the days of Sabbath. And that means between each cycle, between the full moon and the half moon is 7 days. And between the half moon to a new moon, 7 days. You see, so there's 4 cycles of 7 weeks in a month, in a moon cycle, before it gets back to a full moon. Or pardon me, until it gets to a new moon. Because a new moon represents a new month, a new moon. You see? The sun represents the day. So we can know when it's daytime, when the sun's starting to rise. That's when it's daytime, not when the moon is still out and all that stuff. So truthfully, 1 o'clock is when sun's rising, not at 6 o'clock or 7 or whatever. And the seasons, you can tell what seasons it is because of the weather. You know what I'm saying? When the sun's far away, it gets colder. When the sun's close, we have summer. When when the sun is halfway near, it's spring. You know, when it's on its way coming to us, it's spring. When it comes to us, it's summer. When the sun's starting to go below the equator again, it's fall. You know, it's falling, and the trees are falling because the sun's leaving. And then by winter time, the sun's completely down. It's gone. You see what I'm saying? Winter solstice. I don't know how they found Christ's birthday around Christmas, the Christ Massacre Day. It's ridiculous. A summer solstice, far away from spring, which is where Passover happened, where Christ Yeshua rose up from the dead. You see, this is how important it is. We're literally sinking ourselves with that whole story again, remembering how the Creator freed us from the grip of the oppressor and all that through these days. That's when we celebrate these days. So and let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven, to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And Ahiah made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night, the moon. And he made the stars also. I like to call the moon the daughter of the Most High, and the son of the Most High. And he made the stars also. See, so the stars are included there along with it also. And Ahiah set them in the firmament of the heaven. Now picture that. To give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. So therefore, if you are of light, you're separated from darkness. And if you are of darkness, you are separated from light. You got to make a choice. And Ahiah saw that it was good. Everything was good. Even with the darkness, everything was good. We're all good. Still to this day. In the evening and the morning were the 4th day. So on the 4th day, the moon, stars were created. The 3rd day, the ground and the fruits were created. The 2nd day, the sky and the moon, the sky and the ocean was separated from each other. And the 1st day, the dark and the light was separated from each other. So you see, now the 5th day, the fishes and the birds were created. And Ahiah said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. So birds are like the fishes of the sky, and fishes are like birds of the sea. Birds and fishes are pretty much mirrors of each other. One flies in the ocean and one flies in the sky. You see? So this is where the fish and the birds were created on the 5th day, after the sun and moon started coming out. And Ahiah created great whales, and every living creature that moveth, great whales, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. So all the birds as well after their own kind. So there's different varieties of whales, different varieties of birds and fishes and everything. And Ahiah saw that it was good. And Ahiah blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. So that was a covenant the Creator made with the birds and the fishes and all the animals. Well, not all the animals yet, because it's just the birds and the fish. There weren't any land animals yet, but there was fruits on the land. So now the 5th day, the Creator made a covenant with the birds and the fishes, saying, be fruitful and multiply, like it tells all of us, and fill the waters in the sea, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day. So remember what sea is. Sea is the ocean, earth is the land. It could have said heaven as well. The 6th day, creatures on land. Now we're starting to have creatures, all types of animals and stuff. Lions, tigers, all that. Now we're almost complete. We're going to have human come in. The 6th day, creatures on land. And Ahiah said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing. So like bugs and mosquitoes, all that stuff. And beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was good. And Ahiah made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. So therefore the animals are still aligned with the Most High, because they're the image of the Most High as well. That is part of the Most High. Survival, family, all that stuff, man. You know, that's part of us, not only us. And Ahia saw that it was good. And Ahia said, let us make man in our image. So who is us? That must mean Elohim. That must mean the gods. Because, let me see. Yup. In every part, Ahia said, Ahia said, Ahia said, Ahia said, Ahia said. In the beginning, Ahia said, Ahia created the heaven and the earth. Now on the sixth day, saying, Ahia said, pardon me. It's Ahia saying, let us make man in our image. Who is our? What, the animals, the birds, the fishes, the sky, everything in our image, or Ahia? Who's us? Or was Ahia with many more of the gods? Which means there's probably multiple types of gods. The gods of the water, the gods of the sea, the gods of the land, the gods of the sky. You see what I'm saying? But they're all commanded by Ahia. Because Ahia is the king. It is the ruler of it. So therefore it was probably the council of the angels. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and dominion over the fowl of the air, and dominion over the cattle, and dominion over all the earth, and dominion over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So we have dominion over everything here, even Satan, because he's a creeping thing. We have dominion over everything, and the devil hates that. The negative energy hate that. It wants us to ruin that and not enjoy that and share that with each other. When we all have equal sovereignty over this land. That is your birthright on the sixth day. So Ahia created man in his own image, and the image of Ahia created he him. Male and female created he them. So therefore our creator is male and female, like Alpha and Omega. It's both. It's not just one, it's both. Ahia is both. It is what it is. I am that I am. I am female, I am male. You are mother and father in one, because your mother and father made it to make you, right? So you have mother and father in you. So when the creator say make man in his image and he and him, that means the creator seen the image of man and female together. Not male and male, not female and female, but male and female. So all this gay marriage stuff is an abomination. It's against the Most High. You can just tell, literally. And so he created male and female so they can be together. That was the image. And so we can respect each other and love each other and be fruitful. And Ahia blessed them. And Ahia said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, like he said to the birds and the fishes and everything else, the creatures. And replenish the earth and subdue it. Subdue it. And have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So as you can tell, on the sixth day, when they created creatures, animals, beasts, the creator created us at the same time. That's funny. So we're probably just like beasts. So in Ahia said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed. Now this is what we're supposed to be eating, things with seeds. Herb bearing seeds, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree. You see, remember this stuff. The creator created all the plants for a reason. That was the original idea of what we're supposed to be eating. And the which it is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. So the creator saying, it's not saying to eat meat. It's trying to tell you that the trees, the vegetation, the vegetables will be for you as if it's meat. As if it's meat. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. Now we're all eating each other. We all turn into cannibals, even animals to the point. And it was so, though, when the creator made the plants to be as meat, fruits for us, and the herbs. And Ahia saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. So even marijuana was created by the creator as herb. You know what I'm saying? And they have a war against that. Even mushrooms, they have a war against that. Like, what the heck? That's the creator put that there for a reason. It was very good. Very good. Not just good, like he said here, that it was good. It was good. You know what I'm saying? The Creator also said on the sixth day when man was created in beast, he said it was very good. Alright, so now let's go ahead and continue. So it was very good. In the evening, in the morning, where this was the sixth day. Now the seventh day represents the Sabbath. Remember, there's 7 days before, in between the moon going from full moon to half moon, and half moon to full moon. It's like 7 cycles of four 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 waves of 7 days. 4 waves of 7 days. You see what I'm saying? So let me show you. Hold on. Sometimes it can be like one extra day or 2 extra days. You never know. You just have to calculate it based on the moon. But I'll give you a picture of everything and teach y'all along the way. Might be a part in part 2 or 3. So in Genesis 2, the seventh day, Ahaya rests. So after he created man and the creatures, the sixth day, he got everything done. He can chill, relax, everything. And that's why we have to copy him. Because he created for 7 days, for 6 days, and rested the seventh. So we are in his image. We're supposed to do the same to keep the memory of our Creator alive. That covenant that we have with the Creator to be refreshed and alive. Man, this is deep. You know, this is the only way. I don't care what anyone say. You can just be spiritual all you want. If you don't have the truth, man, you don't have this with you, you don't know anything. So Genesis 2, the seventh day, Sabbath day, Ahaya rest. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, Ahaya ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And that's why the seventh month is important as well. And in the seventh year. And Ahaya blessed the seventh days. 777 is a blessed number. And sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which Ahaya created and made. The creation of man. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created in the day sunrise. That Ahaya, the Most High, pure white light spirit, made the earth and the heavens. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Most High Spirit had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. So our work was supposed to be planting seeds and harvesting vegetables. That is our work. That was supposed to feed us and make us rich, have cattle, all that. Now we're chasing dollars in the American dream that won't last. You see what I'm saying? And during this time, there was no rain. You know what I'm saying? Although there was fields. But this was on the seventh day, remember. But there went up a mist from the earth. So now the ground started to come together. And right here when it said there was no man to till the ground, that means there was no man to work the ground, the earth, not the system. But there went up a mist from the earth, and watered the whole face of the ground. And the pure white light, Ahaya, Ahaya, formed man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Wow. So when the Creator put his breath into us, we became an actual soul. We became a living soul, which means we're a piece of the Most High's breath. Not only in his image, but we are his breath. And every time we breathe, we are resembling the seventh day when man was given a soul. And man formed man of dust. Therefore we return to dust, and the breath returns back to the Most High Ahaya, because only the Most High Ahaya exists, you know. So the planting of the garden. And Ahaya, the Almighty, pure white light spirit, planted a garden eastward in Eden. And there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the land ground, to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight, and good for food. So he created trees and everything that would be good for food, and is pleasant to the sight. The tree of life also in the midst of the garden. So there was a tree of life in the midst of the garden. There still is. and the tree of knowledge of good and evil, knowing about good and bad and rich and poor and black and white and all this bullshit. That's the knowledge of good and evil. It's evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from thence it was parted and became into four heads. The name of the first is Pishon, that is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold, and the gold of that land is good. There is a bdellium, and the onyx stone, and the name of the second river is Gihon. The same is that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia. And the name of the third river is Hedekel. That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is Euphrates. Alright, so then the forbidden fruit. And Ahiah, the Most High, pure white light spirit, took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And Ahiah, the pure white light spirit, commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For positive and negative. For in the day that thou eatest, therefore thou shalt surely die. So Adam names the animals. And Ahiah, the Most High, said, it is not good that the man, us, should be alone. I will make him in help meet for him. And out of the ground the Most High Ahiah formed every beast of the field, and every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam, to see what he would call them, the human. And whatsoever the human called every living creature, that was the name thereof. So we give things names. We label things. We're what we call them, but they're not what we call them. They're deeper than that, bigger than that. And Adam, the human, gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for the human, Adam, there was not found in help meet for him. So he didn't have a woman yet, and this is all on the seventh day. Or this may be on the first day, because the creator rests is the seventh. The creation of womb man. Womb man. And the Most High Ahiah, the pure white light spirit that I am, caused the deep sleep to fall upon Adam the human, a theta sleep, deep delta sleep. And he slept, and he took one of his ribs, and closed up the flesh instead thereof. So it's almost like a surgery almost. And the rib which the Most High Ahiah had taken from man, made he a woman, and brought her unto the man. And Adam the human said, this is now bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called womb man, because she was taken out of man. I honor her. Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh. And they were both naked, the man and his wife, and were not ashamed. And now look at how ashamed we are to be naked. So we're going to go ahead into Leviticus. Pardon me, I meant we're going on to Exodus. So Genesis is the whole story about the creation, about how everything was created. Exodus is the laws. Leviticus is some of the laws as well. And what happens, like consequences for, you know, what people do. Numbers get into like the tribes, the number of the tribes and everything, and you know, eventually it shows you examples of people who've mastered this, like Yeshaya, and he was the only one who mastered all this stuff, and he understood this stuff to the T, and like, you know, he implemented it and did it, and was it in the now, the truth embedded in flesh. So in Exodus, let me see which one. All right, let's go ahead now, and now that we know that the Creator created the whole Garden of Eden, created humanity and everything, the birds, the skies, the fishes, and everything. Now let's learn what its laws are now while we're on this land. This is the 10 Commandments. And Ahiah spake all these words, saying, I am Ahiah, Yis-RoyAl, the Most High, your Creator, which have brought thee out of the land of oppression, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me, no other presidents before me, no other policemen before me, no other master or employer before me. They are after me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Mirrors are bad. Shouldn't have mirrors. We shouldn't be taking pictures of ourselves, dwelling on people's pictures and stuff like that, because eventually we start to invest energy in it, in pictures. So thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, which means a picture you're gonna worship. It's fine for you to create a picture, to design a picture, but when people worshiping it and looking up to it as if it's the creator, there it's a sin. So thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, which means Jesus too, or the cross, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. So we will not serve those presidents and those people and those idols. We will not bow down to them. We refuse. We deny consent to serving them. The offer to serve them. We deny their offer to for us to serve them. For I, the Most High, Almighty, I am, pure white light essence, am a jealous creator, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So it will catch up with your third generation of your first generation of children, your second generation of children, your third generation of children, up to the fourth generation. So the curse can run deep, because if your children's children do it, then it keeps going forever into the fourth generation. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me. So individually he saves thousands of them that love it, the Spirit, the pure white light, the Almighty I am presence, and keep my commandments. So this is self commanding this to self. Thou shalt not take the name of the Most High, thy Creator, in vain. For the Most High will not hold him guiltless that take his name in vain. Like when people say holy stuff like that, and God, Mr. River, and like people be saying things like that. You gotta watch out. Luckily, the name God isn't the name of the Most High anyway. So remember this 8. Remember the Sabbath day. So the first commandment is that the Creator is your creator. I am is your creator. Second is that you will not have any other gods before you. The third commandment will be you shall not make any graven images for yourself to worship or anything like that, because your creator is jealous and can punish your children. Let me see. Wait. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, do not take the name of Ahai in vain. You know what I'm saying? I am that I am. Take it seriously. For the Most High will not hold him guiltless that taketh the name in vain. 5, let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember the Sabbath day. This is important. This should have been the first commandment, to keep it holy. Holy is according to what the Creator tells us to do, that is clean and pure, and to let the Holy Spirit work through you on that day. So this is a commandment. This is important. They should have put this in bold size. Now this is where we begin talking about the Sabbaths now. You see? So keep the Sabbath day holy. And that would be the 5th commandment. 6 days shalt thou labor. So you'll work 6 days according to the moon, 6 moon cycles, and do all thy work, like the Creator worked 6 days and finished on the 7th and rested. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Most High, Ahaya, the pure white light spirit, which is usually on a half moon, a full moon, and a new moon. And you can tell what month we're in based on how the moon's tilting. So, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Most High, Ahaya. In it thou shalt not do any work. No work. It's a rest day. You get it? No work, no moving, no nothing, like the Creator did. It's a day to just let the Most High, the Holy Spirit, possess you when you worship. Give praise, give gratitude, give your thanks. Thou, nor thy son, so not you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your menservants, or your female servants, maidservants, nor thy cattle, so your animals aren't working that day, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. So, for in 6 days the Most High Ahaya made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore, Ahaya, the Most High, blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So the Sabbath day, those half moon, full moon, all those stuff, you know what I'm saying, those quarters in the moon cycle, the day after it is the Sabbath day. Not on the day of the full moon, but the day, the not on the night of the full moon, the day after the night of the full moon. So the next day, because remember it's a Sabbath day, which means a Sabbath sunrise. You see what I'm saying? So the Sabbath sunrise will be after the sign that the moon gives us. The moon tells you what type of day we're going to have the next day. You see what I'm saying? So I'll show you all that too in this video. We're going to get this Sabbath thing right. And if I say anything wrong, please, you guys, correct me in the comments below. Do something, you know. So day means sunrise. Because remember how the Creator created everything. So for in 6 days the Most High Ahaya made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Most High Ahaya blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. So of course the Most High must be spirit, because before there was light and dark, it was the one that was only existent, and there wasn't ground yet, there wasn't physical, there wasn't water, nothing yet. You see, so the Most High must be spirit. It must be an intellectual, high, knowledgeable, very conscious and aware divine presence. You know, literally you can feel his presence in the room with you right now if you summons it up right now. Hallelujah, Kuwam Mahaya, blessed be Ahaya. So hold on, let me see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so the sixth commandment is honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the earth, which the Most High Ahaya, your creator, giveth thee. So your father and mother would be father spirit and mother spirit. There's father and mother spirit, and there's father, mother earth, and then there's your father and mother that is part of your human family, which the Most High Ahaya gave you as a gift, which Ahaya has giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, seventh commandment. Thou shalt not kill. 8. That doesn't mean don't protect yourself. It means don't kill. Don't get up and kill someone for no reason. That's murder. But if you're protecting yourself and you're in battle and you're protecting yourself from intrusion, that's not killing. That is defending yourself. Even though someone's killed in it, that's avenging rather than murdering. And the Creator talks about that too, by the way. It says a time to kill and a time for peace, and a time for war, a time for love. There's a time for everything, a season for everything. But don't kill. Don't kill in vain. Just get up like, I'm going to kill somebody. Like, nah, that's not right. Thou shalt not commit adultery, which means you will not cheat on the Lord, on the Most High Ahaya, nor will you cheat on your partner. That was amendment 8. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, 9. The ninth commandment. Thou shalt not steal. 11th commandment. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. So I mean, no one can steal from you, and no one can bear false witness against you and bring people in court to lie against you and lie and all that. 12. Thou shalt, the 10th commandment. Thou shalt not covet the neighbor's house, which means you won't steal a neighbor's house. You won't steal a person's house through mortgage and all that stuff. Thou shalt not covet the neighbor's wife, which means you won't steal someone's wife or husband, nor his manservants, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. So all right, I'm gonna take 1 second real quick. Let's play a song. Let our mind calm down like fresh water. So Moses comforts the people. And all the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings, because the Most High was making a lot of noise in the sky with the lightning and everything during that time. Like crazy stuff always happened when Moses is around, like the clouds get together and everything, and it was wild. Lightning, big noises of the trumpet. So therefore they call the trumpet lightning. The lightning is the trumpet, when you hear that trumpet. And the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they moved. So the mountains were smoking. I probably was a volcanic reaction, but I cannot say. But the mountains were smoking. And when the people saw it, they moved and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, speak you with us, we will hear. But let not Ahiah speak with us, lest we die. They're afraid of Ahiah because he was thundering in the sky, his energy, like a trumpet, very loud, blow. Like, well, I don't want to talk to that. I'm scared. I'm going back inside. They think they're going to die. Hold on. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for a spirit is come to prove you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where Ahiah was. So he believed and had faith. Idolatry forbidden. And the Most High Ahiah said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. Ye shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold. The altar of sacrifice. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me. So we need to make an altar for the Creator, where the Creator can be worshipped. And shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings. So an offering that will be burnt, like cooking a feast or something. And thy peace offerings, which to give peace, to show peace and stuff like that. Thy sheep and thine oxen. So you will need sheep and oxen for this. And all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. Amen. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. So therefore, if you're going to be building your stones together, don't use anything unnatural. Just use natural stuff like stones, branches, and stuff like that. Don't try to seal it together like the pyramids and all that. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. So if we use our tools to do it, we have already polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar. So therefore there shouldn't be any steps to go to the altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. So your nakedness under the robe will not be discovered thereon. So let's continue. This is all part of the commandments. Alright, we can skip this one. Alright, so it even talks about property law in the laws. Literally all the laws are in Exodus. Even laws of social responsibility, where we all have responsibility for what happens to our neighbor and stuff like that. It talks about justice. Alright, now hold on. Right here we'll read a little bit more about Sabbath laws. This is Exodus 23 section 10. This you can find more references in Leviticus 25 1 through 7, which we're going to be checking out in a little, and Deuteronomy 15 1 through 6. So when 6 years 6 days, remember, thou shalt sow thy land, and shalt gather in the fruits thereof. So for 6 days we are planting plants, planting food, and we're growing it on the land, and we shall gather in the fruits thereof, whatever fruits and trees we grow. But the 7th year, the 7th day, the Sabbath days, thou shalt let it rest and lie still. So even your plants lie still, no watering them, no anything, just rest. That the poor of thy people may eat, and what they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt deal with thy vineyard, and with thy olive yard. So you're gonna need a vineyard, and you're gonna need an olive yard as well. 6 days thou shalt do the work, and on the seventh thou shalt rest, that thine ox and thine ass, the donkey, may rest, and the son of of thy handmaid and the stranger may be refreshed. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. So you're not saying any other name than Ahiah's name on that day. No other name, just that name, Ahiah, Ashur, Ahiah, I am that I am, or the pure white light spirit, or holy consciousness, or Christ consciousness, or Yeshaya. Whatever one, it's all the same. It's best to mix them all together. So 3 yearly feasts. There's 3 yearly feasts that we celebrate. This is throughout the year. 3 times thou shalt keep a feast unto me in the year. So in a year, after a couple of 12 moons of full moons, of new moons, pardon me, 12 new moons, 12 months, new moons make a year. Thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread. And by the way, the first month of the whole year in Hebrew and in original time is around springtime, March, exactly on the time of spring, because that would be a new moon. That would resemble spring. So spring around March or April, pardon me, I think it's April, it might be around April or March, around that little center when there's the new moon, that will be spring. That would be Passover day. That would be a year feast as well. We'll learn about that as we go, but that is a year feast. That is the beginning of spring, and that is the first month in the year. They call it Nisan. I'll show you the months in Hebrew as we go on in the other parts of this video. Oh yeah, and by the way, Nisan is also known as Abib. So thou shalt keep the feast of unleavened bread. So thou shalt eat unleavened bread 7 days as I commanded thee, and the time appointed of the month of Abib, Nisan, for in it thou camest out from Egypt, and none shall appear before me empty. So the reason why on Passover time, Abib or Aviv or Nisan, we celebrate Passover is because that was the time when we became free from the oppressor, pretty much. When it let us out of the grip of the oppressor. So when we came out of Egypt. So that was the month we came out. And it says, no one shall appear before me empty. So you either come in with a spiritual offering, a physical offering, or whatever offering that means a lot to you. It can be your children, it can be your car, it can be anything. You bring your most valuablest thing, sin you cherish the most, and you bring it for a sacrifice. So not to kill it or anything like that, to let you know, just to give it up. You know what I'm saying? To give up something. It can be spiritual too as well, like giving up a bad habit, like I surrender this to you. Well, actually has to be the good habits. Surrendering your love. Surrendering your love to it. And also unleavened bread is just fine flour without yeast in it, with water, and then you bake it in the oven. And you got to do this the day before Sabbath day, because on Sabbath day you're supposed to rest. You're not supposed to be cooking or heating up anything or using anything. This is the day when the land rests and when man rests. You see? So the bread that you make should be made the day before. And for this particular feast, you wouldn't be cooking during the 7-day Sabbaths, but you would be eating enough bread for 7 days. You see what I'm saying? Because that's what we had to eat when we came out of Egypt. So this is all like reflecting what happened in Egypt to free us, like almost replaying what happened so we can beat it again. Bless you. And so none shall appear empty before he. And the feast of harvest. So there goes another feast. Alright, let's go ahead and put this right here. The time of Abib. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's put it in one section so we can see what the commands are about the feast. Always take note, guys. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Alright. Let's go ahead and continue. And the feast of harvest. So now the 7 days. Hold on, pardon me. Alright, so this is one too. Sabbath laws. So on the Sabbath day, on the weekly Sabbath, which would be 6 days we work. Seventh day on the seventh day when there's a half moon or a full moon or a new moon or another half moon, we would rest on that day. But for 6 days we would plant gardens and plant seeds and vegetables. But now there are yearly feasts as well as that weekly feast. So remember the weekly feast. I mean the weekly Sabbath. Sabbath mean rest. Feast mean days of eating. So on the date of Abib, the unleavened bread, it's a time when we're eating. Now the Creator would tell us if we should labor that day or not labor that day. So in the feast of harvest, the first fruits of thy labors. So the first fruit of all your labor. So that would be a feast of first fruit. Hold on, let me do something. Alright. Alright, let's continue. So these are the yearly feasts. Let's make sure we put that there too in our little note thing. So I don't want anyone thinking I'm making anything up or anything. I just been able to decode everything, and the Creator been showing me the truth through this book, man. It really has. Regardless of how much has been touched by man, I found the true names, the true rituals, everything. It's right there in our face. So we have 7 days of eating unleavened bread in the month of Abib. And we have the feast of harvest, the fruits of thy labors. So the first fruit of all your labor, which thou hast sown in the field. So everything that you had sown in the field, the first fruits. And the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field. So right here, there's a feast of harvest. It's the harvest mean first fruit. So it's the feast of first fruit of your labor, whatever first fruit of your labor is. So the first of your children, the first of your cow, the first of everything, which thou hast sown in the field. And then there's a feast called ingathering, gathering. Hold on, pardon me. So then there's a feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, which would be around this time, I believe. Because we're in February right now. We're about to enter into March. So around March would be the end of the year, around that year. So when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field, 3 times in the year, all thy males shall appear before the Most High. So thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice with leavened bread. So you shall not do any of the sacrifice with yeast. The feast shall not have any yeast. It has to be unyeast, unleavened. Neither shall the fat of my sacrifice remain until the morning. So if there's still food over left for the morning, you shall not eat it. It shall not remain. Give it to the poor, do something with it, or, give it to the animals. But nothing shall be left for the morning. And I mean nothing. And the first of the fruits of thy land thou shalt bring into the house of the Most High, the pure white light spirit. So you're bringing your children there to work for the Most High. And it says, thou shalt not seedeth a kid in his mother's milk. So that day you will not be giving your children milk at all. You won't be giving them milk. Yes, they'll be fine if you do it, trust me. Because I actually fast with my child before, and she does great. I give her water though, for sure. A highest angel to lead. Alright, hope you guys are still with me. This is awesome. I'm learning a lot as I share this with you guys in this order as well. So I'm going to be looking at this video a couple of times. So let's go ahead and save that if we didn't, and I believe we did. Yep. So a highest angel to lead. Behold, I send an angel before thee to keep thee in the way and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him and obey his voice. Yeshaya. Provoke him not, for he would not pardon your transgressions. For my name is in him. I am is in him. He know who he is. I know who I am. I am that I am. Ahaya, sure, ahaya. Ahaya, sure, ahaya. Ahaya, sure, ahaya. I am that I am. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. For mine angel shall go before thee, and bring thee in unto the Amorites, and the Hittites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and I will cut them off. Thou shalt not bow down to their gods, nor serve them, their dollars, nor do after their works. Not trying to be in their system. But thou shalt utterly overthrow them, and quite break down their images. And ye shall serve the Most High, your ultimate, pure white light, essence, spirit, being, consciousness, energy. And he shall bless thy bread, your money, your children, your food, and thy water. And I will take sickness away from the midst of thee. There shall nothing cast their young, nor be barren in thy land. The number of thy days I will fulfill. I will send my fear before thee, and will destroy all the people to whom thou shalt come. And I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee. And I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivites, the Canaanites, and the Hittites from before thee. I will not drive them out from before thee in 1 year, lest the land become desolate, and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. By little and little I will drive them out from before thee, until thou be increased and inherit the land. And I will set thy bounds from the Red Sea, even unto the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert unto the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into your hand. And thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, no contracts with them, nor with their gods. They shall not dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me. For if thou serve their gods, it will surely be a snare unto you, unto thee. So you can go ahead and hold on, let me see if this part of it, pardon me, I believe this may be part of, okay, yeah, this is part of the rituals now to make the covenant, because the creator is talking to him now he's gonna do what the creator told him to make the covenant. So we're gonna go ahead and read Exodus 24, the covenant sealed. So this is permanent, this is eternal, everlasting. All the good stuff in this book will happen to you if you just surrender to the Most High and believe that Christ Yeshaya is the manifest of Ahaya, I am that I am, and he died on, his flesh died on the cross for your sins. and now you are forgiven. All your transgressions have been forgiven. In the name and vibration and frequency of Christ Yeshua, the Messiah. So the covenant sealed, Exodus 24, section 1. And he said unto Mesha, or Mashe, Moses, come up unto the Most High, thou and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off. So the Most High told Moses, come up to the Most High, him and Aaron, Nadab and Elihu, and 70 of the elders of Israel. So now Moses brought everyone there, and he told the people to worship from afar. So they'll worship Ahia from afar. And Moses alone shall come near the Most High Ahia, pure white light essence. But they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him. So this time he has to go up there by himself. No one can go up there with him. So, and Moses came and told the people all the words of the Most High Ahia, the pure white light spirit, and all the judgments, and all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Most High Ahia had said will we do. And Moses wrote all the words of the Most High Ahia, and rose up early in the morning, and builded an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars, which mean he made it out of rocks and stuff like that, everything natural with no tools, just like the Creator said, according to the 12 tribes of Israel. So he builded an altar, visualized an altar under the hill. Let me see if I have a picture of an altar somewhere. I don't know if I have an altar on here, but I'll check real quick. The Most High Ahia. Meditation videos. Let me see if any of it's saved here. But an altar will be just like this little area that you I'm gonna show you a picture of it later on though, but it's an area where you make worship to. It's a little area that you set up. Not to say it like this, but witches do it, and they got that from us. You see what I'm saying? Like this right here would be like an altar. The Stonehenge, that would be like an altar because it's made out of just stone. I don't know if they use any tools or machine, but something like that would be an altar. Or altar can just be like you with an incense, with a couple of precious stones and stuff like that around a little circled area, and you stack the rocks upon each other with no tools, no glue, no anything. That would be an altar. So I don't see one here, but let me see if I can find one in my thing real quick. Give me 1 sec, guys, or I'm gonna take 1 sec. I believe this has a picture of it. So they're setting up an altar. Where are we? So wherever the Most High spoke to him was where he was gonna build, is where he was building that altar. Pardon me. Alright, so the people all agreed to the words of Ahia. They said, whatever he said we'll do. So they're forming a covenant. So, and rose up early in the morning. So at the next day, at the sunrise, Moses built an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars, according to the 12 tribes of Israel. So a pillar would look something like this. You'll use jewels, stuff like that. It can be small, it can be big, it really doesn't matter. Hold on, we're almost there. Pardon me. Alright, let's try this one. Alright, this will be the sheep and the goat and blah blah blah. I'll show you that in a minute too. I'm gonna save this picture, by the way. This is important. So the sheep would represent Christ Yeshua, the lamb that got slaughtered, and the goat would represent Satan, which they call Azazel. That's where all the sins going into and stuff, and the sin's gonna be cast away, thrown away. I'll show you in a minute. But this is a picture of hold on. This is a picture of the altar. Some of the altars. There's not supposed to be steps or images there, by the way. But it's supposed to be something like, hold on, let me see. There's all types of ways you can build altars. Alright, let's maximize this real quick. So this is how the altar would look. Whoa, what are they doing on Yahoo? Very symbolic. Pictures of altars. So altar will be where you build the section for the creator. So now these altars are like modernized. They're very satanic. You see what I'm saying? Like they're using their own altar and stuff. They're using the whole concept of altar. This is an altar. This would be an altar, just somewhere where you worship. You know what I'm saying? These people are putting crazy stuff in their stuff and images. You see, this is why the creator been upset at us, because we're worshiping the wrong things. That's an altar. Pictures of the Most High, but there's no pictures of the Most High. Just have things for spirit. Altars can be very small. Even this little table thing right here, that's an altar. That's a prayer altar. See, there's a little Stonehenge looking thing. It's an altar. So even the satanic people know this, and those who do voodoo, they all know this stuff. But this ain't voodoo. This is what the creator is telling us. So look up more ways to make altars and stuff according to the Most High's Bible. You know what I'm saying? And we'll continue from there. Alright. So he created an altar under the hill with 12 pillars, which will be 12 layers of stone probably, according to the 12 tribes of Israel. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings. So there's two type of offerings. Actually, there's probably three. So he created an altar under the hill. Pardon me. And offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Most High. So this was to the Most High, which means they chanted something to the Most High, and went ahead and sacrificed whatever it is they're sacrificing or surrendering or giving up. So when Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins. So let me show you what a basin is. Be a little bowl. So a basin, what the heck? Hold on. Pardon me. So when Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins. Oh, okay, I see. Wait, hold up. What would be the picture of a basin here? A basin is something like a vase or something like that. Alright, let me go right here and ask, what is a basin? What is a basin? See, this is how I research my stuff and learn things. Basins, basin. Alright, they call it basin now in English. An open, shallow, usually round container used especially for holding liquids, the amount that such a vessel can hold. So let's go ahead and call it basin. What is pictures of basins? Boom. Okay, so now we're getting closer to what it may be. Oh, okay, so like a bowl like this probably. Okay, I see. Like a bowl, almost like these things. A basin. That's probably where that idea comes from. This is a basin. Okay, I see what they're saying. A basin. Alright, so what he did with that, and Moses took half of the blood and put it in basins, in those bowl things. And half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. So half the blood he sprinkled on the altar. Alright. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. So the book of the covenant would be this holy Bible. And they said, all that Ahiah had said, we will do and be obedient. So all the 12 tribes of Israel made this agreement. Who are the 12 tribes of Israel again? Let me go ahead and show you the picture. Because these 12 people, before they've been separated, were one group, and they were called Israel, the children of Jacob, descendants of Abraham and Isaac. So if we go to right here, we have the tribe of Judah, which is the Negroes, the so-called Negroes or the Moors. The tribe of Benjamin, Banyamyan, which is the Western Indians, Caribbean, the Trinidadians, Jamaicans, Barbados. Levi, Lawaya would be the Haitians. Simeon would be the Dominicans. Zebulon, Guatemala to Panama. Ephraim, Puerto Rico, the Boricuans. Manasseh, the Cubans. Gad, the North American Indians. Reuben, the Seminole Indians. Naphtali, Argentina and Chile. Asher, Colombia to Uruguay. Issachar, Issachar, Mexicans. So all these 12 tribes made an agreement with the Most High, and they all broke it. That's why the Most High had sent for the Europeans to destroy Edom, to destroy the North American Indians, and destroy the Seminole Indians around where I'm at. You know, the tribe of Reuben, destroy the Mexicans, and they work for very cheap here in America and stuff. The Negroes, which been enslaved on boats and everything. The Jamaicans, which are still being oppressed by the Englishmen. Haiti, the poorest country and stuff, they got hit hard. The Dominicans and stuff, they're also living hard right now, and they're fighting with the Haitians, their family, and live right next to each other. All of them, you see. So because they broke the covenant, all those tribes are being injured. So when he took the book of the covenant, after he had the blood in the basin and have of the blood he sprinkled on the altar, he took the book of the covenant, the Holy Bible, and read in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Most High Ahia had said, we will do and be obedient. So therefore your ancestors got in a contract for you. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold the blood of the covenant, which the Most High Ahia hath made with you concerning all these words. So after he did that and sprinkled the blood on the altar, he told the people with the Holy Bible in his hand, like swearing under God or the penalties of perjury, that everything you're going to say is truth and nothing but truth. And after the people said, yes, we comply, we consent, he put the blood on them too, sprinkled the blood on them as well. The blood of the lamb, once again. I mean, the blood of the oxen, pardon me. And he said, behold the covenant which the Most High made with you concerning these words. Pardon me. So all of the words the Creator had commanded, you have to do, or you will be punished. Then went up Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu. Look up who them people are, Nadab and Abihu and Aaron. and 70 of the elders of Israel. And they saw the Most High of Israel, and there was under his feet, as it were, a paved work of a sapphire stone. So a paved work of a sapphire stone. So they all seen the Most High. So that gotta go with it. And the way was like the work of sapphire stone. And as it were, the body of heaven in its clearness. And upon the nobles of the children of Israel. So the children of Israel are nobles. He laid not his hand. Also they saw Ahiah, the spirit, and did eat and drink. So the food that they sacrificed was for them to eat and enjoy, but for the Most High. So Moses on the mountain. And the Most High Ahiah said unto Moses, Come up to me into the mount, and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law and commandments which I have written, that thou mayest teach them. And Moses rose up, and his minister Joshua. And Moses went up into the mount of Ahiah. And he said unto the elders, Tarry ye here for us, until we come again unto you. And behold, Aaron and Hur are with you. If any man have any matters to do, let him come unto them. And Moses went up into the mount, and a cloud covered the mount, and the glory of the Almighty pure white light abode upon Mount Sinai. And the cloud covered it 6 days. And the 7th day he called Moses out of the midst of the cloud, and the sight of the glory of Ahiah was like devouring fire, devouring light, on the top of the mount, in the eyes of the children of Israel. And Moses went into the midst of the cloud, and got him up into the mount. And Moses was in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. So that mount would be that so the mount would be the altar, I believe. So let me go ahead and put that in it, because that's what's supposed to happen. And all this happened around Passover, the time of Abib, Nisan. Matter of fact, what month is Abib? They usually call it Aviv too, but that's not the real name. I gotta look up the real name too. I like looking at the images because they show you pictures of it. Aviv. Okay, so Aviv is around April or March. That's where it's at right here. So around that time would be Passover first, then unleavened bread, pardon me. Yeah, unleavened bread and offering of the first fruits, all around that area that time, the 14th, 15th to 21, and the 16th. So Nisan Abib would be the first day of the month, the Ram, the time of the Ram, actually. This is where the Ram starts. Right now we're in Adar. Right now citrus is growing. So also this time thing, this timeline and the creator's time is aligned with the seasons and when plants are supposed to grow and everything. So when you're aligned with the sun and moon and the seasons and the stars, then you can know what time to plant what and what time what sprout and what time to sprout it and grow it and stuff like that. It's literally teaching you how to garden and farm, literally, and how to save and be conservative and to share and give. This will save your life, literally. So we'll save that on the side for now. Pardon me. And just to make sure, let's see what amount is. And by the way, Moses stayed in that mount for 40 days and 40 nights. This is where the creator was going to give, or was giving Moses 2 tables of stone, or tables of stone, and a law and commandments which have been written. So in Exodus, this is the first time the laws are starting to be made. In Genesis, we had the creation of everything. Now we have the time of law. The time of Moses was the time of law. So we're going to go ahead and see what this mount is. Boom. So you went up into the mount. Or to go up, climb, ascend, to mount stairs, to get up on a platform. So the mound was part. Oh yeah, that's probably where he put it. That's probably where he placed the altar. Pardon me. It's Mount Sinai. So it probably was like a mountain. So he was going up that mountain. Wow, look at these pictures. Crazy. So these are all mounts that you climb up or ascend. Mount Sinai. Let's see how that looks. There we go, Mount Sinai. Go ahead, save some of these too. It's all Mount Sinai. Very magical, holy place. And there goes something like an altar right here. See that block thing on the ground? Unless that's a home. That resembles, it almost looks like an altar as well, you see? On Mount Sinai. So you can go ahead and look at more pictures of that if you want. So he went up the mount pretty much. It's pretty beautiful. Also, this teaches you geography as well. You start learning about different places and locations. The Creator actually does talk about Stonehenge in the Bible as well. It's pretty awesome, everything that they talk about. Alright, so that's where he went for 40 days and 40 nights while the cloud ascended everywhere. So alright, Exodus 25, offerings for the tabernacle. And the Most High spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, Yis-RoyAl, that they bring me an offering. Of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart, ye shall take my offering. So if you're not doing it with your own heart and willingly, the Creator don't want it. You have to be giving it from your heart. So let me put that here. And this is the offering which ye shall take of them: gold and silver and brass and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen and goat's hair and ram's skins dyed red and badger's skin and shittim wood, oil for the light. You're gonna need oil for the light, spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate. So let's go ahead and save that. So the Creator wants us to free willingly, though, whatever we have. It can be gold, silver, and brass, blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen. So gold, silver, blue, purple, scarlet and fine linen, and goat's hair, and ram's skins dyed red, and badger's skins, and shittim wood, oil for the light, spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breastplate. So let's look what an ephod is. Ephod. So it doesn't mean you can do this right away, but you're going to need to know how to do this eventually. Because when Christ Yeshua come back, we're going to need to know how to do this. So I don't know what these people are showing here, but I'm going to look. So gold, silver, blue. We'll open that in the section. What's this? Okay, so that would be the clothing then the Creator's talking about then. Let's save a couple of pictures of these to see if we can find some proof in it. It's crazy how they try to put white men in our stuff. We'll check that out too, just in case. High priest pod. So the priest, this is what the priests usually wear then. Let's see. Boom. So I hope you guys are seeing this proof with me as we sit here and learn. What is these things? Oh, that's the e-pod? Oh, like a vest thing. Okay, so let me see. Let me go to web. Let's see what that is based on Wikipedia. So an e-pod was an article of clothing and an object of worship in ancient Israelite culture, and was closely connected with oracular practices and priestly ritual. In the books of Samuel, David is described as wearing an ephod. Okay, wearing an ephod, when dancing in the presence of the Ark of the Covenant. So dancing, he was dancing in the presence of the Ark of the Covenant. Put that in there. 2 Samuel 6 section 14. And one is described as standing in the sanctuary at Nob with a sword behind it, in the book of Exodus. And in Leviticus, one is described as being created for the Jewish high priest, the Hebrew Israelite priest, to wear as part of his official vestments. Exodus 28 section 4 throughout, section 29, verse 29 in Exodus section 5, and Exodus 39 section 2 plus, Leviticus 8 section 7. So in the book of Judges, Gideon and Micah each cast one from a metal, and Gideon's was worshipped. Judges 8 verses 26 through 27. Judges 17 in section 15. So they said that's what an ephod would be. It's like a clothes or a type of robe. So the ephod is usually described as being linen, but did not constitute complete clothing of any kind, as the books of Samuel describe David's wife Michal as taunting him for indecently exposing himself by wearing one. That's why the Creator said, so when you go up, make no stairs for the altar so you don't show your nakedness going up, because you're supposed to be naked under it. Though some Bible translations insert the word only before ephod, inferring David was indecent. The book of 1 Chronicles states that David was clothed with a robe of fine linen, as were all the Levites who bore the ark, and David also wore an ephod of linen. So it's an ephod of linen. It's made of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet threads. So it said a passage in the book of Exodus describes the ephod as an elaborate garment. Hold on, let me put this here. Always gotta save notes. So a passage in the book of Exodus describes the ephod as an elaborate garment worn by the high priest, and upon which the Hushan, or breastplate containing Urim and Tumim, rested. Let's see what that is real quick. Because if you don't know what one thing means, you look it up. So in ancient Israelite religion and culture, Urim and Tumim is a phrase from the Hebrew scriptures of Torah associated with the Hoshen, high priest breastplate. Okay, so they called the Urim and Tumim one of the breastplates for the high priest. Divination in general, and cleromancy in particular. Alright, let me see. So I see what they're saying. Urim and Tumim. So it says a passage, 1 Samuel Section 14, verse 14, section 41. And the books of Samuel is regarded by biblical scholars as key to understanding the Urim and Tumim. The passage describes an attempt to identify a sinner via divination by repeatedly splitting the people into two groups and identifying which group contains the sinner. In the version of this passage in the Masoretic text, it describes Saul and Jonathan being separated from the rest of the people, and lots being cast between them, which will be like dice. The Septuagint version, however, states that Urim would indicate Saul and Jonathan, while Tumim would indicate the people. Alright, so we'll go ahead and read this later on. This is more to study if you want to get into that too. But let me see one thing. So that would be a picture, like that thing right here in his chest will be kind of like a breastplate in the suit, but that ain't the suit because you need gold, silver, blue. Gold, silver, blue. Yeah, and you see what's on his chest again, like a breastplate. So they had this breastplate thing too to guard the heart, kind of. And right here, here it is again. The ephod. I'm gonna go ahead and save this one. Let me see what they have going on here. Alright, tabernacle drawings. Okay, so the priests would wash their feet before they even get in their clothing. Oh, pardon me. Hold on, let me see. So they begin, this is where they're gonna be. First they begin under priests in white linen garments. Before he put the white linen garments on underneath this right here, he washes his feet. Make sure his feet's washed, because that's what you're supposed to wash in clean water. Then he put on the white linen garment. After he put on the white linen garment, someone or him would put on the blue robe. So he would put on the blue robe, but someone would put the blue robe on for him, and then they'll put the Urim or Tamim, I believe, or this scarf looking thing over his chest, his body. When he put it on, it got a breastplate thing there and a chalice, which they drink from to drink the wine and everything. And then you go down here, this is pretty much it. It got a girdle at the bottom, you know, for when you're cutting and things like this, and the ephod. So the breastplate looked just like that, and the golden bells and the pomegranates at the bottom. There's the golden bells at the bottom and pomegranate. This will be the breastplate that go on the breast, the chest, and in it is written these things right here. So it's the breastplate of judgment. So the golden clasp and the onyx stones. So let me see what this is. Oh, and they got pictures of the tabernacle as well. This is where the burning and sacrifice is happening. The people's over here in the way, and everything's set. As you can tell, everything's aligned with perfect geometry. And let's go ahead, see what else to have before we leave. So 30 by 10, 30 by 9. I wonder how these people make their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wonder how these people make their tabernacle. It looks a little bit different than what the Creator shows, but these are all just food for the mind. There goes a tent, 5 cubits, the copper sockets to keep everything hooked. The copper socket will hold everything together here. Curtain loops. What else? Let me see. I see. Oh, yep, there goes their type of altars right here. This is all important. All these things are going to be at the tabernacle. And the golden candlelight with the 7 tribes of Israel and the 7 different feasts you have in a year. The candlestick carriers. The table of su bread, which will be unleavened bread. The coverings for the table. The coverings for the altar. The incense for the altar. The Ark of the Covenant. The coverings. The Ark, the Covenant, as you see. Tables of the law, golden bowl of manna, Aaron's rod that budded. So let's go back. This person got a lot of good stuff on their page. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and save that. We might end up using some of that too. Alright. Let's go ahead and continue now that we learn what an ephod is. Oh yeah, hold on. We have a few more. We got, boom. You got this. This will probably be helpful. So the onyx stones are placed upon the shoulder clasp. A gold plate attached by a blue cord to the mitar or headband. Front part of the ephod. Blue cord or lacer used to secure the breastplate at the top of the ephod. Blue cord or lacer used to secure the bottom of the breastplate to the sash. The upper robe of the blue with pomegranates and golden bells sewn upon its hern. Back part of the ephod. White tunic or robe, white robe with linen. Breastplate of judgment with the words embedded in it, and that's it. So now let's continue. And it tells you about it right here too. What chapter talks about the girdle and the parts of it. Most of it is in Exodus because that's where the law is. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. We might end up using that too in some parts of our video. There goes the same thing. Telling you what Exodus is in. I'll save this too. I can use all this. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. Let me see if I have the offering of that there too. So once again the Creator said, and this is the offering which ye shall make, shall them make. Gold and silver and brass, a blue and purple and scarlet, and fine linen, and goat's hair, and ram's skins dyed red, and badger's skins, and shittim wood, oil for the lights, spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod. You see, and in the breastplate. So onyx stones to be in the ephod, and the breastplate. And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, which is a tabernacle, that tent, according to all that I show thee, after the pattern of the tabernacle, and the pattern of all the instruments thereof, even so shall ye make it. So as the Creator tell you to make it, is exactly how you gotta make it. Yumim Tarim. Alright, let's continue. The Ark of the Covenant. And they shall make an ark of shittim wood, 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof. So to make the Ark of the Covenant is 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof, and a cubit and a half, the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half, the height thereof. So now you figure out how much a cubit is and bring that to life. See that vision? Pardon me. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold. So thou shalt overlay it with with pure gold. They put this over here. Alright, pardon me. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold. Within and without shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make upon it a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it. So let's put this here first, and then this. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof, and 2 rings shall be in the one side of it, and 2 rings in the other side of it. And thou shalt make staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. Boom. Even if you can't do all of this at the moment, this is still what we're supposed to be doing. Still the idea. As long as you bring your heart and your spirit and you celebrate those days with what you have, that's worth everything. You don't need the gold and the silver and all that stuff, but if you can do that, that would make it even better. But the Creator will give you that eventually. So just know that if you have faith, it will take you far. Everything's possible with the Most High Spirit, the pure white light essence that I am. And thou shalt put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark. So you want to see what a stave is? Let's go ahead and see. What is a stave? So any one of a number of long stripes of wood joined together to form a barrel, a bucket, a bowl, a hull, any of various bars, slats, or rod. A set of 5 horizontal lines and 4 spaces used in musical notation. Okay. A rung of a ladder or chair. So let's see a picture of it. A stave. Stav. We'll see that in a minute. Alright, let's just go back. This right here they say is a stave for a wine barrel. So I gotta do some more research on that. So when thou shalt put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, that the ark may be borne with them. The staves shall be in the rings of the ark. They shall not be taken from it. And thou shalt put into the ark the testimony which I shall give thee. So into the ark, this is what we're going to put in it once we create it. If you can create this visually, it's just as powerful as well. Let me let you know that. The mercy seat. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof. So there's a mercy seat. And a cubit and a half the breadth thereof. The height probably. And thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold. Of beaten work shalt thou make them. and the two ends of the mercy seat. So, and thou shalt make two cherubims of gold. Okay, so cherubim will be the what you call it, would be the angels. It's like these type of angels. Hold on. Pardon me. It's supposed to be cherubim. See, these dark people always trying to change up something. Alright, so the cherubim will look something like this. Let me see. They're messing with our pictures, guys. It's crazy. Alright, let me see this. Alright. For the altar. So the cherub is a type of angel. It looks similar to this right here. Okay, I see. Now we got some pictures. This almost look like a tabernacle setup right there. Alright, got it. We'll check that out too. That would be the Ark of the Covenant. This would be the fire, everything. It would be nice to see someone who got like this on video type of thing. It would be nice to see that. I want to see how someone else got theirs set up. Cherubim again. Alright, so we got enough pictures of that. Let's go ahead and look at them. So they say that's one of a cherubim. The one guarding the Garden of Eden. It's like an eagle, a lion, angel, a oxen, a human, and a chicken all in once, I guess, or something like that in the middle. I'm not sure, but it's a mix of things. This right here would also be a picture of it. Alright, hold on, let me see if this pop up. It's taking a while, but yeah. This actually tells you how to make it. We'll check that out. Up. Page ain't up no more. Let me go to more. Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. Alright, there's another picture of cherubim. The man, the angel, lion, the eagle, the oxen. I like this picture. Let's see what's here. Alright, so that's where some of these pictures coming from. Nice. Like this picture as well. Shoot, save what you like. You never know when you need to use it. So Most High coming out from the sky on the time of revelation. So we're definitely gonna have a few parts to this video. So just hang tight. You're gonna learn a lot from this. Archangel Michael. Alright. So that's a nice page. Let's continue. That would be a cherubim. That would be a cherubim, the angels on the side. I'm gonna go ahead and save this. This will be the Ark of the Covenant. This will be a place where they would do the worship and everything. This is old Solomon's temple. That's the cherubim again. Go ahead and save that. Let's keep going. Leo Taurus. Go ahead, save this just in case you can decode that. Okay, this would be the Mount Sinai, the tabernacle, everything. Altar. The altar again, and these are the stones at the four corners of it, and the two rods going through the metal thing right here the creator talked about. So that these are the two rings on both sides, and you'll put the staff or the stave through that. That would be the stave. So, and thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the four corners thereof. So in the 4 corners thereof. And 2 rings shall be in the one side of it, and 2 rings in the other side of it. And thou shalt make staves of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. So this would be the shittim wood overlaid with gold too. Because remember it says so it says right here, put the staves into the rings by the sides of the ark, and the ark may be borne with them, which means you can lift it up now. You can lift the ark. So cool. I like this picture. Continue. That's how they're holding it. The 2 sides with the cherubim, everything. So the stave would be the rods, the staffs. And the stave shall be in the rings of the ark. They shall not be taken from it. And thou shalt put into the ark the testimony which I shall give thee. So as thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold, 2 cubits and a half shall be the length thereof. Saw that we have the mercy seat. And make 1 cherub on the one end, and the other end on the other side, on the other end. And even of the mercy seat shall ye make the cherubims on the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubim shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings. We already got that. Just like that. You see how they're covering the tabernacle with their wings? And right here, they're touching each other. Tabernacle, stave, going through the rings. Cherubim, I like this. Yeshaya. And that's another picture of it too. So I hope the picture's forming in your head. And the cherubim shall stretch forth their wings on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and their faces shall look one to another. So they should be looking towards each other. Toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be. So toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be. So let's go ahead and save this part. Might as well save this whole part. Pardon me. Hold on one second. Alright. So toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be. Let's see where the mercy seat is at. Let me see. Picture of the mercy seat. Let me make this small. Oh, pardon me. So the mercy seat would be probably in the center. The mercy seat. Hold on one sec. Copper batch. Oh, okay. I'm gonna save that too. So the mercy seat. The mercy seat's probably definitely in the center. Let me see this picture. See this. So the mercy seat probably would be in the center. Alright, this picture will help us get an image of it. Let me see what this is. The mercy seat. I like this too. Makes sense to me. Oh, I see. That's nice right there with the tabernacle in it. This help you get a view of how it looks. Let me see the burnt offering, tabernacle. Hope you guys are still with me on this. This is very, very interesting. Alright, and they would go before the light just like that. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we got. So we got this. Show you the cherubim with the staves going through the 4 rings. The mercy seat would be in the center, as you see. The ark of testimony would be in the front. The table of shone bread, unleavened bread, would look like that. The altar of incense would look like this. The menorah, which is the candle of 7, or the, yeah, that's, well, I think it's 12, but yeah, it probably is 7. The copper basin, bason, then the copper altar. So all this stuff comes together. Let's go ahead and continue. The incense altar would go around here. The covenant box, the ark of the covenant, would go up there. The golden lampstand will go in the front. This right here would be the incense altar. This right here would be the table of unleavened bread. This tabernacle right here is the whole tabernacle itself, the sanctuary. The laver, unleavened bread, will go there. I mean, pardon me, laver, I don't know what that is yet, but I gotta look that up. That goes there. The altar of burnt offering goes right here. Tabernacle's there. And the courtyard right here, where everyone's watching and seeing everything and entering the tabernacle to, you know, praise the Most High and stuff. So yes, our ancestors used to do all of this. There's another picture of it, the ark back here. The golden incense altar right there. The table of showbread right beside it, right near the incense and everything is the bread. Next to the lampstand, and the framework would be the building. The laver, I believe, would be the blood. I'm not sure yet. And the bronze altar would be right here, but it wouldn't have a stand or anything. You see? So it would go there. I'm gonna save that as well. Alright, let's continue. So these are the different stances, the different things you're gonna need. An ark of the covenant with the cherubims on it. An altar of incense. Table of showbread. Golden lampstand. Bronze lever. Altar of burnt offerings. The altar for the burnt offering. I'm gonna go ahead and save that as well. So we got that. And right here, this is the testament. This is where they'll put it, right here, there in the center. That's where the testament would go. And this is another picture of the courtyard. Tabernacle is its own little room. 12 pillars would be these things surrounding the whole place. The linen hangings. You will wear the clothes and all that stuff that the Creator commanded. The altar of burnt offerings go right here, the gate right there, where everyone come in. Alright, we're down to our last two pictures. Right here would be the blood, and the sacrifice would be well, pardon me, that wouldn't be where the sacrifice is at. Right here, he's sprinkling the blood on the altar, like they commanded in the holy scripture. Throw it on the whatchamacallit, the altar. Let's see what all this is. And like I always tell you, everyone would wash their feet first. They wash their feet, get clothed up, put on their stuff, an oil poured on the head. There goes the ox. There goes the blood being sprinkled on the altar from the ox. Holy sacrifice. They're going to burnt offering. And you know, like, this looked like a good place to read. This is the ram. This is where they put all the sins into. This would be the let me see, I believe, yeah, that would be the ram. Burnt offering, another ram, unleavened bread, stuff like that. I think I should read this one too for you guys, another in one of the parts of our video. This seems important. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in my favorites. I like this. Alright, and this is the last picture of that. Alright, now you guys got a picture of what the ark looks like, and the mercy seat and everything. Covering the mercy seat with their wings, and their faces shall look one to another. Toward the mercy seat shall the faces of the cherubims be. And thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark. And in the ark thou shalt put the testimony that I give thee. And there I will meet with thee, and I will commune with thee from above the mercy seat. So the mercy seat will be where the Creator will come from. In the middle where both cherubims are looking at. From between the two cherubims which are upon the ark of the testimony. So between the two cherubims which are upon the ark of the testimony. So where the angels look in the center is where the Creator will manifest. Of all things which I will give thee in commandment upon the children of Israel. The table of showbread. Thou shalt also make a table of shittim wood. 2 cubits shall be the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth thereof, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, and make thereto a crown of gold round about. Bless you. And thou shalt make unto it a border of an hand breadth round about. So it gotta be handmade. So let me see where we at right here. Command the children of Israel. Alright. So the table of showbread. Matter of fact, I'm gonna need this whole row because the golden lampstand, we already seen these pictures, so we'll go ahead and continue. I'm gonna come back with a part 2 after this. So the table of showbread. Thou shalt also make a table of shittim wood, as it said, 2 cubits beneath, 2 cubits length, and a cubit and a half the height thereof. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, and make thereto a crown of gold round about. So a crown of gold round about the showbread. And thou shalt make unto it a border of an hand breadth round about. And thou shalt make a golden crown to the border thereof round about. And thou shalt make for it 4 rings of gold, like you done the other one, the tabernacle. And put the rings in the 4 corners that are on the 4 feet thereof. 4 feet. Over against the border shall the rings be for places of the staffs, to bear the table. And thou shalt make the staves of shittim wood. So that is the type of wood that you need, shittim wood. And overlay them with gold, that the table may be borne with them, so they can raise up the table. And thou shalt make the dishes thereof, and spoons thereof, and covers thereof, and bowls thereof, to cover withal. Of pure gold shalt thou make them. And thou shalt set upon the golden showbread before me always. So when thou shalt set upon the table showbread before me always. So let me go over here real quick to Yahoo. Let's see this. Let's add, what is shittim wood? All right, let's see. So a lot of people saying that it's, hold on, let me see. Let's look for image. So shittim wood. They call it acacia wood. Dang, that's beautiful looking wood. Acacia wood. So shitta tree was used in the Tanakh, to refer to the acacia. So acacia albida, acacia sayal, acacia tortilis, and acacia iracensis can be found growing wild in the Sinai desert in the Jordan Valley. During the Exodus, the ancient Israelites employed shittah wood in making the various parts of the tabernacle and of the Ark of the Covenant. It was the acacia or mimosa. Oh, mimosa. This has DMT in it. That specific plant, acacia. So the wild acacia, mimosa nilotica, under the name of sunt, everywhere represents the sene or sena of the burning bush. So it represents the burning bush. A slightly different form of the tree, equally common under the name of Seal, is the ancient shittah, or as more usually expressed in the plural form, the shittim, of which the tabernacle was made. So we just learned a lot. It's the wood, probably acacia, of which the Ark of the Covenant and various parts of the tabernacle was made. So that's what a shittim wood is called. Let's see acacia. A small tree or shrub belonging to the genus Acacia of the mimosa family, having clusters of small yellow flowers. Any of several other plants as the locust tree. Alright, so we're gonna wrap it up in a minute, guys. Shittim will be sitting like this tree. Alright, so you would have to see it to fully know what they're talking about. Is this a shittim tree? But alright, let's go ahead and put this in here. Oh, okay, so the acacia tree looks something like this. This yellow looking type of tree. There's probably different kinds of them. Alright, so more research gotta be done on that. So over here, let me put this right here. Acacia. Because I'm gonna need to remember that when I start to do the ritual as well. And overlay them with gold, that the table may be borne with them. And thou shalt make the dishes thereof, and spoons thereof, and covers thereof, and bowls thereof, to cover withal. Of pure gold shalt thou make them. And thou shalt set upon the table showbread before me always. So the golden lampstand. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold. Of beaten work shall the candlestick be made. His shaft and his branches, his bowls, his knop, and his flowers shall be of the same. And 6 branches shall come out of the sides of it. 3 branches of the candlestick out of one side, and the 3 branches of the candlestick out on the other side, just like the whatchamacallit, the candles that we seen, 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and 1 in the center. 3 bowls made like unto almonds, with a knop and a flower in one branch, and 3 bowls made like almonds in the other branch, with a knop and a flower. So in the 6 branches that come out of the candlestick, and in the candlestick shall be 4 bowls made like unto almonds, with their knops and their flowers. And there shall be a knop under 2 branches of the same, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, and a knop under 2 branches of the same, according to the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick. Their knops and their branches shall be of the same, as it shall be one beaten work of pure gold. And thou shalt make the 7 lamps thereof. And they shall, so it will be 7 lamps, 7 lights. And they shall light the lamps thereof, that they may give light over against it. And the thongs thereof, and the snuff dishes thereof, shall be of pure gold. And of a talent of pure gold shall he make it. With all these vessels, so all the vessels made in pure gold. So our people was wealthy back then, as you can tell. We're very wealthy. We lost a lot of stuff because we fell from these laws and commandments, man. So 1, 2, 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the branch flower would go like right here. You see these rings around it, like branch flower. That's what it's called. So let me see. So there we go. So the flowers would be the ones right here where you see the line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 lamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Branch flower times 6. So there's a 6. You see the flower branch right here? It looks like a branch because remember they're making it out of the tree. There's a branch flower here. There's a branch flower there. There's a branch flower. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's not one in the center. And there's 6 knop, which will go underneath it. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Branch boughs or bowls. So the bowls will be right here. There's 3 per each. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 and on the other side. Branches, there's necessarily 6 branches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, as you can tell. This one ain't a branch. And there's 1 shaft, and that one equals the 7th lamp. Shaft, flower, times 7, as I showed you, times 4, pardon me, and shaft bowl. So there's bowls going up the shaft as well. Now that's important to study to get more details about. Now like I told you, you can do all this visually as well. All of this can be done visually. So the laver would be the water, golden candlesticks, table of showbread, altar of incense, ark of covenant. So this is another good site again to check out. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this. It actually tells you about the ram skin, and you can probably buy these from online too. Most of these stuff can be brought online. Alright, so I'm gonna leave that alone for now because that would be for a different video. So alright, a snuff dish, Snuff dish will be something like this, like a laver. Snuff dish. All right, let's continue. So, and look that thou make them after their pattern, which was showed thee in the mount. So let's continue. So all this is explaining how to set up the tabernacle and everything. We're gonna go ahead and continue this on part 2. Stay with us, guys. We're learning a lot. We're decoding a lot of things, and I'll see you in part 2. Namaste. Shalom.